What's up, Nation? Chef Mike's back again. We got another friend here. How you doing, Jenna?
Hi.
So Jenna came to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jenna.
Yeah, I'm Jenna. I'm the owner of the Beauty Supply Boutique LLC in Boise. It is something that is my pride and joy. Basically what it is it's something that can bring products to the Treasure Valley because we're very, very in limited supply of them. A lot of us see them fly off the shelves. So the concept is build a warehouse that will be able to supply us with lots and lots of products and never go off the shelves.
Awesome. Can you fix this? I'm just saying. Oh God.
Took me off guard with that one.
It's all good. I know. I'm just making sure you got hair products for me too. I mean, gosh. But anyways, Jenna, the reason why we're here today is we're gonna make a healthy meal, and we're also gonna make it with a budget. So I got some shrimp scampi. I hope you like shrimp scampi.
I love shrimp scampi.
Awesome. And then what we're gonna do instead of using like any kind of pasta is we're gonna use these zucchinis right here, and we're gonna make some zoodles out of it. I got this cool little gadget here that'll turn them into like noodle looking.
Fun.
And so it's gonna be vegetarian based, but of course we got some shrimp to throw on top of it. So it's just gonna make it a little healthier meal for people, because I know like me, my kids, it was like pulling teeth to try to get them to eat veggies. Yeah. So we're gonna make veggies really well. I mean, my brother even said, you can't fool me with Zoodles. But he's not here today, so you know, if he was here, I'd show him how to do this right. But obviously, I got everything, all of our ingredients here. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Also, another friend popped in that was here last week, so I'm gonna bring Brenda in here real quick, and we'll be back here to see you in a minute, okay?
Thanks for having me.
Oh yes. All right, Brenda, you're back. Week 2 already. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So another good reason why Brenda's here is because she does not like anything that we're cooking today. She is not a shrimp fan. She's not a zucchini fan. She even brought some snacks just in case.
I did.
So I told her to come anyways, because I love when people says they don't like something, because I'm going to try to make her a believer today, and we'll find out if it works or not.
We'll see.
So hopefully she's like still kind of, oh no. But we'll do this. And like I said, I'm going to cut all this stuff up. We're going to get going, and then I'll bring you back to taste so you guys can both come out. Jenna, I know she likes seafood, so we're good with that. But we got to turn.
I like seafood. I'm just not a shrimp fan.
All right. Challenge accepted. I'll be back. So we're going to go ahead and start with cutting up some of our stuff for our zucchini. So a couple things I'm going to use: some garlic. I got a sweet onion. I got some zucchini here, and then we got some fresh lemons. So I like to cut all my stuff ahead of time, so that way I have everything ready to go. Because I don't know if you guys have ever made shrimp scampi, but it's super fast. It's pretty easy. But the technique is the key, is usually doing it slow, sauteing it, make sure your butter is temped. So I like to keep it at room temperature before I do something like this, so that way it goes into it and makes a nice little creamy sauce. So let's go ahead and start with our onions first. These are gonna be for the zucchini. So I'm gonna cut this guy up, and I want it nice and fine. You don't want big chunks of onion. It's the one thing that I always find when I go to restaurants. Sometimes they like to cut their onions too big, and I don't want just onion flavor. I want just to have the hint of the onion in there. So I'm gonna go like this. It's gonna cut along the side here, nice and thin. And you just wanna make sure your knife is sharp for sure, or else you're not going to get them that thin. That's perfect right there. That's what I want. So about a half onion. You can use whatever kind of onion you want. I wouldn't recommend the red one, but sweet, the onion is awesome. I love sweet onions. So we're going to go with that. Then garlic, we got to use a lot of garlic here because we're going to use it for our shrimp as well. So I'm going to peel this guy here. Probably going to use this whole bunch of garlic here. So we're going to take this out, just smash it like that, keep that aside. It just peels right off of there when you smash it like that. Alright, so give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick, and then we'll chop this all up. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done here. So be right back.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, got all my garlic peeled, so now I'm gonna go ahead and chop it up. And I don't know about you guys, but the fresh smell of garlic in the house is amazing. It makes me hungry already just thinking about it. But generally, whenever you get garlic, you saute it or you do anything like that, everybody turns around and their taste buds start going because the smell is just amazing. And this looks like a lot of garlic, but we're gonna use it for the shrimp and we're gonna use it for our zucchini, so that's why I got so much. So just gonna chop it up really nice and fine. We're gonna add it to our stuff here. That. It's about right there. I was just talking about this, you know, there's something about fresh garlic that I like better than using the stuff in a bottle or, you know, already in oil. I just don't like it. The flavor to me is totally different. So I like chopping my own garlic up and make sure it's fresh because it gives it a much better flavor. If you want to go that route, that's up to you, but it's just as easy just to chop it up and just as cheap. The bottle sometimes costs a lot more than just a clove of garlic. So put that all there. All right, perfect. So now rinse my hands off real quick. All right, so like I said earlier, we're gonna use some of these cool tomatoes too. Not traditional and Scampi, but I like it because it brings some color. It brings a little sweetness too, because these are awesome. So I'm gonna cut a few of these up. And I'm just, basically what I'm doing is just getting everything ready for this. I don't wanna turn around and forget something, so it's nice to have everything right there next to you. So that way when you're ready to saute and do everything, it's quick and easy. You're not gonna take forever trying to find everything. So like I said, with the butter sauce, any kind of butter sauce, whether it's a lemon butter or if you're making a fish, you want to be prepared for everything. You want to have your mise en place ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and cut some of this up. All right, perfect. And this meal, like I said, costed us just under 20 bucks for the shrimp. I went to the local store here, Albertsons, and they always have sales on their shrimp. So I went ahead and got the 26.30. And for some of you guys out there that don't know what that means, that basically means there's 26 to 30 shrimp per pound. So the 2-pound bags, you can count on having at least, 52 or else more. But it could be either or. So it just depends on the shrimp. So obviously the higher the number, the more smaller the shrimp's gonna be. So if you get like a 50, 51, 60 or whatever, those are gonna be really tiny shrimp. So you can use whatever you want. I like to have a little bit bigger shrimp, so. All right, perfect. So I got that there. So we're good there. So now we're gonna go ahead and make our zoodles. So this guy right here is a little zoodle machine. It's pretty awesome. You actually just twist. I've bought in a few different ones and I didn't really like them. So this one right here actually is pretty cool because you can take this lid off back here and this has like a little holder. You can hold your zucchini, but it also has fine and it has thick. So I like to use the thick for this because I like the noodles to look bigger. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We'll do the thick side. So I'm gonna go ahead and go right here and I got our bowl. So we're gonna add all this into here. I'm just gonna go in here, turn like this. You're gonna see these zoodles come out. So they're kind of almost, I like to compare them to like almost like a fettuccine noodle because they're pretty wide. The other side's gonna be really thin, like angel hair almost. So it's gonna go like that. And you see how much easier this one is. I had another one, I threw it away. I didn't like it at all. This one actually works pretty good. turn it as much as you can. It's pretty safe too. I mean, the blades are in there. You don't really have to worry about them, but then it cuts it all up like that. So we got our zoodles here. And if you're vegetarian, you just want to make a butter sauce and throw this on top of your zoodles, you're more than welcome to do anything like that. But I'm just going to give you a kind of a camera angle there of how these look. Those look amazing. They don't take very long to cook too. That's why I like to do them ahead of time. So that way when I get all my scampi going, I get all these that take just a saute, add a little bit of broth, and we're good to go. So I'm going to do a couple more of these. About 4 of them is about good. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. So like I said, we got our noodles done, zoodles, ready to rock. So I got a bowl here ready to go. I'm gonna add a little bit more stuff to here. We got a nice lemon. We get some juice out of this for our scampi. All this here, like I said, I like having everything here ready for the scampi. And instead of parsley, traditional parsley, I was telling them before, I like to do fusion all the time. So I feel like this zucchini is gonna be more of a Mexican style, because a lot of people just throw it in water and cook it like a noodle. I don't do that. So what I like to do with it is I'll saute some garlic and some onions, and then what we'll do is we'll toss in the zoodles, and then we'll add a little chicken stock to it, and then a little bit of chicken bouillon, salt and pepper. That's it. Once you add that in there, it kind of gives it that, I don't know, my grandma used to make the zucchini for me all the time, and we put some cheese on it, and it's delicious just like that. So I'm gonna add a little cilantro instead of parsley. You can do what you want. Some people don't like cilantro at all. If you don't like cilantro, don't put it in there. Just grab some parsley. That's all you need. So I'm just gonna chop some of this up here, and it doesn't have to be real fine, just a nice little coarse chop. Just like so. I'm gonna add it to our plate here. So notice we got everything that we need on this plate, which is nice. Because once we start cooking, we want to have everything there. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and cube up our butter too. We want to have this ready to go. So this one, you want just nice little cubes. It doesn't have to be fancy. We're just going to cut it like so. We're just going to get it. And I just want nice little cubes like this. Because what we're going to do, like making a butter sauce, once we add the wine and everything to it, we want to make sure that this butter is ready to go, because we're going to fold it in slowly and we're going to take it off the heat. So it's not going to go on heat the whole time, because the one thing I can't stand when someone says they're making me a shrimp scampi is seeing the butter broke. So the sauce just like separates. It looks horrible. So when you're trying to do something like this, you want to make sure you take it off the heat just for a little bit and then bring it back on slowly, stir it in really good, so that way it makes a creamy sauce. That's the whole point of having a butter sauce. So get all this cut up here. We'll be back here. We're gonna peel some shrimp here in a minute too. I know we've done it once before. I'm gonna show you one more time how to make sure you perfectly, properly clean a shrimp, because there's nothing worse than a shrimp that still has a vein in it. We don't want that, so that could be a reason why Brenda don't like shrimp, but we don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and clean these up really nicely, and we'll be right back, guys. So now we're gonna peel some shrimp. So I got, like I said, some 2630 extra large shrimp. I got them thawed out. This whole bag is 2 pounds. So what we're gonna do with the shrimp is I'm gonna open this up. Whenever you're thawing out shrimp as well, make sure that you use cold water. Don't use hot water. You don't wanna be cooking your shrimp while you're doing this. So easy way, if this wasn't already peeled right here, I would go right down the back of this, and that's what's going to take the vein out. You see that guy just popped out there? You don't want that. So we're going to rinse all these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, once I peel it right there, and I'm going to take this off here and squeeze. So that pops that out right there, and if there's anything there, we wash it out. So every one of these we're going to wash out. So it just takes all that bad stuff out. So just like that. So you just want a nice peeled, clean shrimp. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all these. I want you to sit here and watch me peel 2 pounds of shrimp, but I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. So we're gonna start off by making our zoodles. I'm gonna go in with just a tad bit of avocado oil. And when I say I have everything here, I have everything right here. So I'm gonna go in with some onions first. A nice sizzle, and I'm gonna go in with about a quarter of what I cut up here for the cilantro, or for the garlic, I'm sorry. So I want that pan on high. Let me get this going. Like I was saying earlier, this doesn't take very long to make. So once we get everything going, I like to have my other pan already getting hot because this is where my shrimp's gonna go. So I already got it heating up. So we're gonna saute this up really good. And then we're gonna top our zoodles in there. I like to have a nice big pan like this. They will cook down, but you wanna make sure you have a little bit of room to move everything around in, because we're gonna put some broth in here. So we want to have a lot of room. So I'm going to saute this up. Don't burn your garlic, obviously. So just, like I said, put it in there. Just get everything all nice and sauteed up, and then we'll toss in our zoodles, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. So we got these nice and pretty, almost translucent. That's what we want, but we don't want burned. Like I said, nothing's worse than burning garlic. That's perfect. So now we're going to go in with our zoodles. I wish you can smell this at home. It smells delicious. But we're not trying to brown these zoodles. I'm just going to toss them. So we're going to give these a nice little toss here. So I don't want to burn my garlic. And that's perfect right there. Alright, so then we're going to go in with some more chicken broth. Perfect. About a cup and a half or so. Then I'm going to toss in some of my chicken bouillon here, a little caldo de pollo. A little bit of salt. And some black pepper. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to toss this around. Make sure I got all these flavors moving. Get my spoon here. Like I said, these don't take very long to cook. You just want them to be nice and soft, like a noodle. Give those a toss. And we can alter the flavor. I didn't put too much seasoning in there right away because, like I said, we're going to have a lot of seasoning in the butter sauce that we're making, the lemon, everything. So all these flavors got to come together. So I don't want them battling each other. I just want a nice complement to the shrimp. Perfect. All right, so while that's cooking, got my pan nice and hot for our start on some shrimp. So I got it nice. We're gonna throw a little bit of this butter in here and a little bit of oil. I want to make sure this is melted down before I throw anything in there, so I got it on the nice one here. Stir these around a little bit while we're waiting for that to melt. Gosh, those smell delicious. This all over here. All right, time to add some shrimp. Try to pat them dry a little bit and make sure there's not too much water left in them. As we talked about before, shrimp kind of have this little built-in thermometer, so they turn pink when they're cooked all the way through. So there's no reason to overcook them. There's nothing worse than overcooked shrimp. They tend to get a rubber-like texture, so we don't want that. All right, good to go. Let's toss those in there. Oh yeah. From here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little salt and pepper. And if you look at our zoodles here, they're pretty much done. Don't want to overcook them. Like I said, they only take about 5 to 6 minutes, not too long. Those are perfect. If you cook them any longer, you're going to turn to mush. So I'm going to turn these off. I'm gonna set these aside here and let them cool a little bit. We'll taste them here for flavor in a second, just to make sure I got the right flavor on them. All right, back to our shrimp here. Let's saute these up. When they start getting just about that color is when we want to start adding some of our ingredients here. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with our garlic. Okay, perfect. The reason why I added the garlic after I added the shrimp is because I don't want to burn it, like I was talking about earlier. Okay. This is beautiful. All right. Let that garlic get cooked a little bit there. Then we're going to go in with some of our lemon. Some fresh lemon here. Just make sure you put your hand underneath it, or if you have a little strainer you want to use, that's fine, but I just keep the seeds out. You use pretty much a whole lemon. Perfect. And notice I still have my tomatoes left. I'm going to take those tomatoes, because I didn't want to overcook those either, and I'm going to stick those right inside of our zucchini. Give those a stir. Those are going to give nice little bursts of flavor. I don't want them mushed either. Just want nice and flavorful. Give a little texture. Perfect. All right, so now you got that in there. So we're going to go in with a little bit of white wine. I'm using a little Chardonnay. Doesn't have to be expensive wine, just enough to give it that flavor that we need. Those look yummy. Like I said, when you're making a sauce, you see all this wine in here, lemon juice. I want that reduced down just a little bit before I start adding my butter. And when I start adding my butter, I want to add it slowly. So, like I said, all this is going to reduce down perfectly. Go ahead and put some of my fresh cilantro in there. Add that in here too. All right. So now I'm going to pull it aside. We're going to start going in with some butter. So, like I said, I'm taking it off the heat. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm going to start adding some of this butter slowly. Get your hands all in there. I like to break it up a little bit and just kind of start slowly moving it around. We want this to be nice and creamy. If you have this directly on the heat, that's going to turn the sauce and just break it. We don't want that. And this is why I'm not adding salt yet too, because this is salted butter. I don't want to overpower the salt. I just want that sauce to taste delicious. So I'm going to go with the rest of my butter here. You see how nice and yummy and creamy that looks. It's not broken. Shrimp are perfectly cooked. They're not overcooked. And then now all I'm going to do is give this a taste test, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to plate this for you guys. So we'll be back here shortly.
Are you looking for a new dish to make? Or maybe you want to try a new approach to your favorite meals? Then we invite you to subscribe to Chef Mike's YouTube channel. With dozens of videos to choose from, there's a dish for everyone. Subscribe today and hit the notification bell for new updates.
All right, guys, we're ready to plate this up, and then I'm going to see if I can make a believer out of Brenda at least. I know Jenna's ready to eat because she can smell the food from outside. Let me grab this real quick and I'll show you. We got our Zoodles here ready to rock. So I'm going to grab a nice portion of that. Go right onto our plate here. Just like so. That's why I try to do them in like little portions so that way you can kind of get a little bit, but they still break up just a tad bit like that. So I'm gonna get some of these tomatoes too. These things are amazing. Some of those down here. Gotta have the burst of flavor. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna get our shrimp. And like I said earlier, look how nice and yummy that sauce looks. I'm gonna get some of these nice yummy shrimp. All that garlic smell, just yumminess. All the butter. Let me get some of that sauce here and just pour it all over this. Just like that. Perfect. All right. Got a couple lemon wedges here. Throw a couple of those down. Top it off with a little cheese. We got like a little Italian blend here that we're going to use. But that's about it right there. So we're going to come back and have her try this, and we'll be back here in a second. All right, Jenna, we're back. So how does it look first off?
Looks so beautiful, like it came out of like 5-star restaurant. I'm so
Perfect.
excited.
All right. Well, I did work in a 5-star restaurant once upon a time, so you're going to get a treat. So let's go ahead and dig in. So here's your
Yes,
fork.
Thank you. I was waiting for this moment.
Yeah. So the zoodles, like I said, they should be nice and al dente. And then the shrimp, obviously, are cooked to perfection. So if you want to try some,
Got these zoodles on my fork. I don't know.
you got to kind of spin it like a spaghetti noodle almost. There you go.
Thought I was like doing this cut thing. Sorry.
And then we can, yep, then you can cut it like that. That's fine.
Jenna.
Here, I'll help you.
Okay,
How about
good.
that? There you go.
You guys are special sometimes. Bear with me. All right, here it goes.
Taste test is going down.
Goodness.
I can't even say anything. That's how good it is.
You guys, I don't know, but I think Brenda's about to get really surprised. Seriously.
So, yeah, I hope so.
Thank you, Chef.
You're
This is a
welcome.
treat.
Yes.
All I can say is yes. Yes.
Perfect. So we got one believer. Let's go for number 2. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go bring Brenda in and we'll
All
close this
right,
up. We'll be
let's
right
do
back.
this.
All right. Brenda, we're back. Thanks for being a trooper and trying this, because honestly, a lot of people don't like to try new things. And I know you've already tried this before. You really didn't like the mixture of shrimp or whatever, zoodles, but go ahead and give that a whirl. See what you think.
right.
Let's shock America.
Okay. That's actually pretty damn good.
So that, I mean, different than what you've had before, obviously. I mean,
Oh,
the shrimp.
totally.
So what is that shrimp? I mean, how does that flavor come out of there?
That shrimp is still got a nice snap to it. It's crunchy. It's got amazing flavor from all the butter and garlic and
The fresh lemon juice,
oh my
everything.
gosh.
So,
Yeah, the noodles, even the zoodles, which I don't like. Those are good.
Awesome.
Going in for more.
There you
Good
go.
night.
No, go ahead, tear into it. We're gonna have them both come back here in a second, then we'll close it out with a little closing speech. Let's actually, you know, before we even go that far, while you're eating, one more time, who do you work for?
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams.
Yeah.
So if you guys are looking for a good realtor out there, good one. Willing to try anything too. That's awesome. She brings some good treats for us every time she shows up too. So we appreciate you. So dig in real quick. I'm gonna have
Shut
Jenna
my
come
face
back
up.
and we're good to go. One more time, Jenna.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to your company and who you work for. What you about?
The Beauty Supply Boutique is my baby, but I do lashes right now to support myself while the business is growing. So if you guys would like to support me, at Lash Experience _ Instagram. Wait, I'll put it in the thingy. I don't know. I can't. Right
We'll
now,
put it
guys.
in. Yeah, we'll drop it on the bottom. So.
I'm eating. I'm really distracted by this delicious rib.
But anyways, like I said, guys, thanks for making last show just a huge hit. We've had more subscribers and more people coming in and actually hitting that like button for, I mean, we're 4 days into it and we already got over 400 likes. So it's amazing. So we're going to keep doing it. Like I said, if you guys want to be a part of the show, give me a call. Hit up my buddy Izzy for, you know, anyone wants to come in and do some filming. But like I said, we're going to continue to eat and tear up these Zoodles because we even eaten breakfast waiting for this. So we're good to go. So we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.